poppin', y'all? Welcome back to the Vision Podcast. We got the legendary Mixedbyblitz and my motherfucking goddamn standards. This is the best motherfucking engineer in goddamn state, best engineer in the world. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. I put this man up against anybody. Welcome, Blitz.
I appreciate that, Brody. I appreciate that. Hey, I would put my work up against anybody's too. So,
Yes, sir.
yes, I agree.
You got a whole team backing you on that.
Thank you.
Where you originally from, my friend?
I'm from here, from
All
Denver.
right.
Well, technically from Denver, but yeah, Colorado.
Colorado native.
Yep.
All right. How long you been making music?
Since I was, let's say, I'll start saying that I wanted to really dive into it when I was 17. I wanted to go to school for it after that.
Okay.
But I think I started when my first song I ever made, I was 13, and it's called River Dance, and it is garbage. Oh my God, we recorded it on a Rock Band mic, bro. Like, we plugged it directly into the computer, the USB, and recorded it. It's terrible.
Do you remember the lyrics at all?
The hook goes, I river dance, I river dance, I river dance in them hoes, I river dance. That shit was whack, bro.
Hell yeah, bro. So what inspired you to make music? Was it an artist? Was it a lifestyle? Like, what inspired you to make music? And then what was the ultimate decision to go to audio engineering school?
I've always been drawn to music since I was young, but I think I had a lot of homies in high school rapping, and I would hear their songs, and I was like, I want to be the one to record you. So I went and bought a microphone, went and bought the FL Studio at the time, the software, learned it, and this was 15-year-old me recording people in the basement of my mom's house, you know.
Okay.
And then I wanted to go to school because I went to the studio to go record myself one day when I was 17, and one of the worst experiences I've ever had in terms of like being in a studio. So that's when I was just like, I'm going to be my own audio engineer, and I'm going to be the best at it so that nobody else has to feel how I felt.
Okay. So it was more of like, fuck this shit, I'm going to do it myself and provide a better experience for everyone.
Yeah. And I just felt like if anybody's ever worked with me, they see how fast I am. And I felt like the dude was so damn slow. Like, it was one song in 6 hours. I booked a 6-hour session for one song, and it took me only like an hour to record the song.
Damn.
And the rest was him mixing and mastering. So it was just I felt like a waste of my time and money when I was just like, I've been learning this on my own, and I feel faster than you are. All you have is better equipment than me. That's how I felt. So then I was like, I'm going to go learn this, get the equipment, and then who's going to stop me?
Okay. Would you recommend engineering school to the person trying to get into music and take their music to another level? Would you recommend it to them?
Yes and no. It is expensive.
Okay.
So in terms of money-wise, no. You can learn this stuff on YouTube. You really can. Now, the reason I say go to school is because you get hands-on experience. You get to work with different people, different vocals, and learn right away. Most people that are learning on YouTube are learning how to mix themselves. So they learn their vocal range and what their vocals should hit. Then when they go to mix somebody else, it doesn't translate as well. So that's why I say you go to school for the hands-on experience, in person, in the studio, different vocals. You see how different things are happening. You see the different energies and the different atmospheres. A lot of people that start on YouTube end up failing. And I'm not saying it's because it's YouTube or whatever. There is good stuff on YouTube. It's just they don't know how to translate it to real session, real life, because they're doing it in their songs.
I got you. So, describe the process of going full-time music. The moment that you was like, all right, this is it. Like, what was the mental process behind that? Where you're like, man, fuck, I believe in this shit. We doing it. Fuck it.
I've kind of always wanted to get there. And then in 2017, I just said, fuck it, and jumped. I quit my jobs, and I was like, I have to make this work. There was no other choice. I had to become full-time, make enough money to be able to live off of, plus save, plus upgrade, plus be able to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had to make this work. I had no other choice. So the second I did it, it was literally me. I had already had a clientele from recording, like, at my own crib. I had a clientele, like Vet Life was recording in my crib before they even came to Mount Olympus. We were at my crib, you know what I'm saying? And people that used to record in my have still translated that they just come here now. But it was, I came to Black Pegasus with, I have my own clientele. I just want to push this even further now. So can you help me? So when he let me in the door, then he started running ads, and all of a sudden all these people start coming to me because of these ads, and they're not leaving.
Fuck yeah.
So
who was the first local artist, or who's the first artist in general that you recorded with you that caught your attention? Who was the first one that
I recorded?
Yeah, that like when they got on the mic and you were like, "Oh,
I mean, I
shit."
can't lie. It's been Vet Life because I've been working with them since basically high school.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Shout
and
out
they've
to
been fire.
Yeah, shout out to TiVo and Diz, yo.
Yeah. Well, this is when they at the time, that time they had 4. So they were originally 5, and then they had 4 people, and I met Ellis and Demo and all of them. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, and we were just down in the basement recording. Literally one day, the whole they could tell you the story too. It was pretty funny, but there was a chick in the studio with her dude, and she got on the phone with like her mother or somebody. She was like, "Yeah, he's recording in a closet." And so literally next day I built the booth. I was just like, you ain't disrespecting me like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This was in my basement. So once I showed him like, yo, man, I've been doing this. Let me come in, and then we translate it. It kind of took over from there.
Okay.
And it's been full time ever since. I still have no choice but to make this work, you know,
yes, sir.
At all times. So
yes, sir. Yes, sir. How did you get your stage name? And did you have any other stage name before Mixedbyblitz?
Yeah, so I originally went by Big B. Okay. That's what that Riverdance song was. But I was stupid, and it was like the Xbox Live days. Xbox Live just came out. And so I did B16B. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I was like, I'm Big B. You know what I'm saying? Trash name. And then I went to just Blitz for a minute. And then when I decided to take my artist side more like serious, I looked it up, and there was already another Blitz out there that had like 500,000 monthly listeners, and I was like, I'm not competing. So then I looked it up, and I was like, well, everybody's like, yo, it was Mixedbyblitz. So Mixedbyblitz. I was like, Mixedbyblitz, cool.
Yeah.
That just works. And then I go type in mixed, and I'm the first one that pops up on Spotify, on Apple Music. You type in mixed, and I'm the first one. So I was just like, okay. And then afterwards, it's kind of weird, but after I release, then I start seeing other mixed.
I see.
But it's mix for them. Mixed by Ali. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. So, but that's why I've always been like, I'm going to do the ED mixed.
Bet.
So that everybody knows if I'm on the song, it was by me. So.
Okay. Describe the creative process. Actually, here, we'll wait till you're getting a drink. Describe the creative process behind Death Note project.
Oh, man.
So, like, what was the inspiration behind Death Note? And like,
Death Note is my favorite anime, just in general. How psychological of a mindfuck it is. And my whole goal was I wanted to create my own Death Note where I was playing Kira, and at the time Mimosa voiced Ryuk, and I literally recreated the scenes. Same words from the show, just me instead of it. I did all the sound effects. Basically, I tripped a bunch of acid, and I was like, I'm going to make the greatest album ever heard in my mind. And so being on hallucinogens was really what sparked that project to go to the moon. And you can hear it too. If you hear like some of the songs, you'll be like, oh yeah, this man, because I say it a lot in there. I say I'm tripping acid. I'm you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I say it all the time in that album. So yeah.
Okay. What was the first project that you ever put together professionally, or in a sense that you took serious? Like, what was the professional project that you were like, this is my fucking baby, this is the first time at it? Which one would you call the origins?
For me, so when I was in a group, I took them super serious. But I'm gonna say for my first solo one, it's my project called No Wi-Fi.
No Wi-Fi.
And it stands for No Wait, I'll Fix It. And it was me just diving in, talking about all my problems in life, from my first memory as a kid all the way till that time frame. And it was just, I'm going to go in and talk about all this dark, deep stuff, and just open up. And that was the first project where I actually saw like the amount of streams and the growth. That was my first like, and I took that one. This is kind of the same approach as Death Note. I'm gonna create an album that's front to back. You're no skips. So that's what I was trying to do.
Bet. And it is definitely completed that with both of those.
Yeah.
Fucking fuego. Okay. Speaking of group, how did Chain Store Collective come about and who were the members?
All right, so Chain Store Collective was originally Gnome and Tyrant. They were always rapping together. They were coming to the studio when I was at the crib still. And then they brought the homie Mbizza through, and he was part of the group, so it was them three. And then one day I was just like, can I join? Like, let's rock it. You know what I'm saying? And they said yes, and we kind of went crazy for a couple years, like super hard, show after show after show. We were dropping song after song, and it was crazy because we were dropping like group project, and then all four of us were dropping solo projects. So it was just like massive amount of music. People got so mad at us in the scene because they felt like we were, in their minds, we were flooding the scene, and it was our first year, and it was just like, nah, we're kicking down the door. That's how we looked at it. But it started some beefs and shit, and that's how it started. It was pretty dope.
So what would you say the objective of Chain Store Collective was? Like, when you guys sat down as a group, what was ultimately your guys' goal when you guys like started this shit? Like,
we wanted to
kick the door down. Were you guys trying to stamp that shit?
Oh, we were trying to blow up like massively. Like we were trying to be the next. Like we were trying to be Flatbush Zombies, but hard, like crazier music. And everybody, that's the crazy thing is everybody on the label, not the label, but the group had their own sound. So it was like Tyrant did more aggressive stuff like Denzel Curry and XXXTentacion, and then Gnome did more lo-fi stuff. And then Bizza would do a little bit more lo-fi stuff, but Gnome would keep it a little bit lo-fi hip-hop-ish. And then I was the one that was like, I'm going to branch out, and I'm going to start finding like hyper pop beats and all these random beats, and I'm going to try to do a little bit of everything on one album.
Okay. So, how did you meet Black Pegasus? In this timeline of what we've just talked about, how did you meet Black Pegasus? Walk us through that moment.
The first time I ever met him, I was 18. And that was my homie DT Darrell. He Black P was booking shows at Union Station at that time. And it was like local showcases. And I just hit him up. I was like, hey, I'm trying to get my homie DT on there. And this is when I was still in just engineering. I'm still in high school. Yo, let's get my homie DT on there. He's like, cool, you only got to sell like 10 tickets at the time. And we were like, all right, bet. Yeah, that's easy as hell. So we brought 10 homies, and DT rocked it. And then literally I didn't see him, nothing until 2017. And then in 2017, I saw him again, and I was just like, what's up, Brody? Da-da-da-da-da-da. And then we jumped on a show of his as Chain Store Collective. And then we did like he used to book like 2-3 shows a month at that time, like national headliners. And we were jumping on almost every one of those shows. And it was 4 people. So him telling us to sell 40 tickets, that's 10 tickets each. We'll jump on 3-4 shows a month now. So we did like, in the first 6 months with him, we did like 10 shows in that first 6 months. And then he gave us our own headliner. And then he was like, yo, I want to talk to you guys about bringing you guys on BKG. Let's work that out. And then that's when I was like, I'm trying to work in the studio. Let's go. And then it just took over from there.
So my next question was, describe your relationship with Black Pegasus and Brass Knuckle Gang. But I feel like that kind of just encompassed that. But still, describe your relationship with Black Pegasus and Brass Knuckle Gang. What is that? What does Brass Knuckle Gang mean to you? And also describe that relationship just from the origins. Like, as far as Black Pegasus, like, he's a fucking legend. So describe
no,
that.
It's cool. So me and Black P have a really cool relationship. It's been almost like we're business partners at the end of the day basically. But no, it's, for him, it was like there for a while. I was at every show trying to help as much as I could. You know what I'm saying? And that was before this place took off. and we started getting crazy business where it was like, oh man, I'm booked when you have a show now. You know what I'm saying? But I was out at every show. He was helping me. He's the one that actually led me to Stevie Stone, because Stevie Stone needed to knock out a feature. Came in studio with me. Stevie saw how fast I worked. He then booked his own session, came out here sometime. We did a session, and then it's been history ever since on that. But Black P's just put me in front of multiple different people, Locksmith and Mad Child, and just big names that I would have never met without him before.
Bet. So he kicked down the door for you in a lot of situations.
Yeah, he got me started in the sense like this. That's why I give him a lot of credit of like when I first started working, he sent me everybody. Yo, here's every single person that's hitting me up. Here you go. They're yours. You know what I'm saying? We had 3 other people, but he's shooting them, and I'm trying to get everybody in as much, and I'm passing off to Moza and QB as much as I can. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we were starting to go really crazy there. But yeah, he gave me my start.
Okay, which leads me to my next question. So describe your relationship with Stevie Stone, and also describe your journey getting signed to Odyssey Records. So like, legendary for the state, putting on for the state. That's big fucking flagpole stamp moment, you know, especially you being with all the accolades and shit, you know, like that's legendary, bro.
Yeah.
Legendary. So describe the relationship you built with Stevie Stone over time, and describe that process of getting signed to Odyssey.
Same thing as Black P. Like, Stevie is my bro. Like, he's fam. You know what I'm saying? And I could call him for anything now. But yeah, he's basically, we're family now. Me and Stevie. Like, everything he's done since he's left Strange Music has been with me. And a lot of the beats now are starting to be me too. So it's just been we're just starting to go crazy now. He is straight up, like, in the words of Stevie, I'm his 40 to what Drake has his 40. That he'll make the beats, he'll engineer, you know what I'm saying? All right then and there, I'm his 40. So that's been really cool. But the journey signing to Odyssey has been a kind of just a long process. Like, when Odyssey first started, it was just him. And I knew it was going to be Spade, Ripper, and Frizz because they were like his brothers, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
like,
sir.
And so I was like, I always wanted to sign. But I didn't push on it at all. I never asked Stevie once to sign. Like, yo, can I sign to your label? Let me sign to your label. Let me sign to your label. I just worked. I just kept working. And then through talks with him, you realize that over time, he's not bringing in on anybody on the label if he doesn't know them. Like, know them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to know you as a person. How good are you at music? But I got to get to know you as a person. If you ain't a good person, I don't want you on my label.
Yes,
so it was a process because I was already in a 4-person group when I started working with him. Then we went to just me and Moza. And then now I'm with Odyssey. But Stevie had been there from the beginning. He had been there since 2018, 1 year after we started. And he just saw the work ethic. Like, yo, they're coming out and doing shows out of state with me. Every time I'm coming in town, they're on the shows and they're moving 80 plus tickets to these shows and they're bringing out a lot of people, and those people are staying and they're watching me because they fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? So he sees that, but then he gets in the studio and he sees how crazy I am at engineering. Then he sees how good I am at rapping. Then he starts finding out, like, damn, you're good at producing too. Like, holy shit, it's kind of like a not miss situation. You know what I'm saying? So the journey to Odyssey was a long journey, but I see why it was a long journey, because you got to get to know everybody. And then being at the retreats for some of these shows, we see in all the artists on the label, and you understand why everybody's vibing and we're having good times, and you could tell these people are good people. You know what I'm saying? And that's when you really see like the team that he's built, and that's why I'm glad to be a part of it.
Fucking legendary, bro. Legendary. So, who was the first collab that you ever? This can be with Chain Store or by yourself. Who was that first collab that had you fucked up? Where you were like geeked out when you seen that email, you were like, oh shit.
Nah, so it wasn't even an email. It was Stevie Stone.
Okay.
He comes in to do a feature for somebody else, and immediately on the spot, I was like, let me get a feature from you. My first time ever meeting him. I loved Strange Music at the time. So my first time meeting him, let me buy a feature off you. I called the other guys, yo man, I'll pay for it right now. You guys pay me back. He'll lace it down right now. I literally went and looked up Stevie, all the producers, saw that he worked with Wishmaster at that time a lot. Looked up Wishmaster, went straight to his website, bought a beat, recorded the hook. Stevie loved it so much that he was like, yes, I'm jumping on this. He wanted to go first. Usually Stevie doesn't go first on a feature. He goes last, or in the middle, wherever it is. He wanted to go first. He was like, oh, I want to start this. Like I've got an idea to this.
Yeah.
And the verses, that was like, and that was our biggest song at Chain Store. It had in the first year over 200,000 streams. I don't know what it's at now. I don't have access to the account no more, but at that time I was like, damn, over 200. That's just Spotify. Like I think at the time it was over 500,000 across all platforms, and I was just like, this is crazy, because that was our biggest song at the time. But in sense of getting one in the email, it was Recognize from Mayday. We wanted to put Recognize on a crazy trap beat. Super crazy. It's called Final Resting Place. There's a little music video out for it. But he sent us the verse back within like 3 days. And I wasn't expecting that. And he annihilated everybody on the song. All of us. And I was like, Mayday is like, you guys have heard Mayday. They're more of a group that's vibey, and they're, you know what I'm saying? And Recognize is like punchline, spitting hard over this trap beat. And I was like, I love you now, bro. Like, you were one of the greatest rappers ever, bro. And yeah, so that was one of those ones where I was like, yes, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? And we had to put him last because he did body everybody.
Damn.
So we did 4 people, and then he finally goes, and we were like, yeah, we have to let him go last, because if he starts off the song and you hear us, you're skipping. Like, that was a real shit. It's just how good he rapped on that. That's when I realized, like, even the because they were signed to Strange Music, even the under people from the Tech 9 rap their fucking ass off, bro. So it's like, damn, bro, you guys were at the time building your way up on the label, and you sent me that, and I was like, oh my gosh, one of the greatest rappers ever. I'll have to show you that song after this, because it is bananas.
Bet.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, bet. Okay. If you could give advice to an upcoming engineer or artist, what would it be?
Oh man, I still struggle with it, but patience. You can't rush the process, and I used to try to do that all the time and be like, just no, let's just do this, get it done with, and sometimes it's like, as an engineer, I've had to learn. I used to be the engineer that was like, if it's not scheduled, I'm not there. Then I, over time, started to work with Stevie, which he made me realize this is like, yo, I got to let the artist write in the studio. That's when the best music comes out, is when artists are sitting here writing as I'm making a beat, or whatever the case is. That's the best music right there. And I can't rush that process.
Okay.
So just patience in general. Just, if you're going to school, it's going to take you a while. If you're an engineer, it's going to take you a while to go full time. Like, even me, when I fully quit, I was barely getting by. I'm talking like ramen every day, barely getting by. When I was like, I'm only doing engineering and nothing else. I have to make music my life. That was it. I was just like, it's going to take time until you finally build up a clientele that you're like, I'm in here every week, grinding my ass off, working, building, and then you start meeting other people at the same time. It's all about patience.
Okay. Let's see. What is Colorado rap scene lacking? As somebody that stands behind it, as a pioneer to this shit, what is Colorado rap scene lacking, man? Like, if you could be the coach in the corner as the engineer, producer, and fellow artist.
I want to sound cocky.
Hey, talk
and
your
say,
shit,
just
though.
Work with me, motherfuckers.
Come work with my nigga. And honestly, let's take a moment to promote the home team, yo. Come work with Blitz, yo. Take your music to a whole new fucking level. Stop fucking with people that don't take their craft serious. Come fuck with
Yep.
someone that's trying to take this shit to the moon, that believes in not just what they're doing, but what you're doing. You know, fuck with someone that's gonna believe in you. So stop fucking with these people that are taking money out your pocket, and fuck with someone that's actually gonna fucking, you invest in them and they invest back into you with their abilities. So come
Yeah.
fuck with Mixedbyblitz, because Mixedbyblitz is the #1 producer, #1 engineer in the motherfucking state, and I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Exclusively produces for me and Dre Dean, you know what I'm saying, Stevie Stone, and the whole fucking label. So come fuck with your boy, yo. You can't fuck with the home team. Home team is on point, strong as fuck. You know, whatever you need, come fuck with us.
And that's really what it is I think, well, mainly I think Colorado is just lacking there's a bunch of like mini cliques. Does that make sense?
Yeah, gatekeeping.
Yeah.
Big
There's
time.
there's a bunch of mini cliques, and it's just like these people fuck with these people, and that's it, and they don't fuck with anybody else. And me personally, like, bro, I've never hated on another engineer. I don't care. Go start a studio literally down the hall from me. It doesn't bother me. I'm going to make my money one way or another. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to get my clientele. So I'm going to be booked. I'm going to be in the studio. So it doesn't matter. It's literally just grind your ass off. Because most people expect something without putting work in. And that's where I think Colorado's lacking, is to be real with you, a lot of Colorado artists are like, one song should change my life. Bro, no. No, it's like one song could change your life, yes. But that one song you just made in the studio might not change your life. Be prepared for that. But they're not. And they'll do that one song and wait 6 months and then do another song. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Compared to we're in the studio every Monday making new music.
Killing shit.
And it's just work, 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 work. Not every song's been dropped.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but the really good ones, yeah, those got to be pushed. And then the ones that are good, we'll save that for the rest of the album. And then the ones that are, yo, this was good, but there's better songs. Those ones have been in the vault. You know what I'm saying? Most people aren't willing to do that. Which, if you look at it, every big artist that's ever made it, Logic on his first album talked about, I have 1,000 songs in the vault that have never been released. Yeah, well, if he ever dies, guess how many albums he has that his family could ever release their music, and they make money for the rest of their life. A lot of these artists, they'll go to the studio, they get those 2 songs done. If they die, what are you gonna? You have 2 songs to release. Like, you see what I'm saying? And a lot of it's sad to say, but a lot of artists get even bigger after they die. So let's say you got, and that could make your family some money, and you only got 2 songs now. I'm just saying, look out for the future you. Yo, if I have thousands of songs ready to go, somebody's gonna want to buy my whole fucking catalog. Look at Lil Wayne selling his catalog for like $50 million or whatever the hell it was. You see what I'm saying?
Building a foundation.
Plus how much money he had made off of those albums already, which was more than 50 million. You know what I'm saying? Then when he sells it for 50 million, that's just extra money. Plus he's still seeing money. You know what I'm saying? Like, why not build up a catalog that you could eventually sell? Not everything might be released, but if you ever die, you have so much work and potential. Like this kind of, look at Biggie. After he died, how many albums came out?
Nothing after that.
1.
Yeah,
Life After Death.
Nothing.
You see what I'm saying? If they had been in the studio, I'm not, like, back in the day is a little different, but imagine if he had 1,000 songs ready to go, and we had got Biggie songs for the next 10 years after that, 20 years.
It's just like a motherfucking casino, yo. You could choose to roll the dice once, or you could roll that dice many times you fucking get to make that motherfucking jackpot. And a lot of people are too scared to do that shit. Yeah.
You literally just have to dive in. If you're not willing to put make the work in.
Do some grunt work.
Yeah.
Get your stripes, put your work in, get your 1,000 hours.
They say 10,000 hours, and then even then, you got another 100,000 hours to go.
Yeah, because then you got to earn the respect of the people that did that shit.
Well, here's the thing: is you're gonna get to a certain level, and then you have to earn the respect of those people. Then you'll get to that level, and then you keep there's levels climbing to this. You just keep climbing up the entire thing.
Facts, bro. Fucking facts. All right, man. That's a good one. If you could work with anyone in the industry, as far as national artists, you know, whatever it is, it could be an engineer, producer, artist, who would it be? You got, I know you got a very broad answer to this, so we're going to give you 5 people. We'll give you 6 to keep it even.
No, I got 3.
All right.
But I'll give you 5. I'll give you 5. All right.
5 legends that you're like,
Okay,
Nigga.
so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna do 2, just randomly, because
Okay.
I'm saving the other 3 that I really want to work with.
Okay.
So we'll go with. Damn, man, you made a hard question on me, man. You know, real ass shit. I would want to work with. Nah, that's cliche. We ain't going there. We ain't saying Eminem. That's too cliche. I want to work with Dr. Dre. That's one of them. All right, bam.
Okay.
There we go. Dr. Dre.
Okay,
One,
Dr.
I'm going to pick
Dre.
his brain on the business of the beats,
Okay.
headphones. And then I'm going to pick his brain on beats. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Okay, so then we got Dr. Dre. That's one producer. I have another producer coming up.
Okay.
You know, I want to work with Ice Nine Kills.
That would be fucking crazy.
I want to learn to I want to work with them, damn it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But now let's get to the top 3. All right. Number 1 is Rick Rubin.
Rick Rubin.
Yeah, he's one of the greatest engineers ever. But I feel like me and him in the same room would be totally different ball game. Because he brings a certain vibe, I bring a certain vibe. But we're both great engineers. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like us mixing one song down would be crazy. Craziest mixed song ever, in my opinion. Then that's the top one. I'll say Ronnie Radke. I want to work with Ronnie. That man could rap. That man could scream. Bro, I make dubstep beats. You know how crazy it'd be for him to do some stuff over this? Like, I'll say Ronnie from Falling in Reverse. And then Tommy Prophet. He produces almost everything for NF. And I want to work with that man. Mainly because if you watch his videos, he scores a lot of movies. So he does the violins and all the instrumentation for like Jurassic Park and Marvel and all these different people. Tommy Prophet, hands down, I gotta say, is like, and I'm breaking them down in little areas. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it's like,
that's why I gave you
for
a couple
movies. For movies, he's like, because he makes NF great beats, but he scores movies, and I want to get into scoring movies. You know, yeah.
Okay. All right. Anybody locally, and I'm hesitant to ask this one because you work with everybody. You are the motherfucking Wizard of Colorado. Mm-hmm. Anybody locally that, excuse me, that you haven't worked with yet? Anyone locally that you haven't worked with yet that you would like to work with?
Actually, there's 2 specifically. Trev Rich and they call him AP.
Yes. Shout out to fucking Trev Rich and shout out to They Call Him AP.
I'll say those are the 2 that I haven't worked with yet that I want to work with. I feel like they hit the studio with me and how fast I engineer, and I've seen some of the process with how they record. I feel like we'll get songs knocked out quicker at a crazy high quality, probably higher quality than what the fuck they're getting. Yes. Not trying to be mean, but yeah, AP and Trev Rich, I would say.
Okay.
Are the 2 right now that I haven't worked with.
We need everybody in the comments, whatever social platform you're watching this shit on right now. I need y'all to tag Trev Rich and tag They Call Him AP. Put some flames in that bitch and tag both of them right now. I need y'all to do that.
I got beats for y'all. I got engineering for y'all. Let's get it.
Let's make it happen, yo. Let's make this shit happen. All right, brother. Any music that people should know that's on the way? You just dropped a fucking dope-ass project, bro.
Neverland, yeah.
Neverland's, yo. Let's get some promo on that.
Basically, I'm trying to drop an EP every month, and it'll be the last Monday of every month. So there is what the hell is that called? Wonderland. That's the next one.
Okay.
My Wonderland EP drops on the last Monday of August, I believe. I don't know what date it is, but the last Monday of August. And then in September, I have my Pinocchio EP dropping. And each EP just progressively gets sadder until I get to October, where I'm dropping my Catching Stars EP.
Okay.
And that one has New Blessings on it.
And that's a hard track.
Yeah, so
That's
that one will have new blessings. That one's all features. I only do the hook and make the beat. So
okay.
And then I have a lo-fi beat tape that's gonna be coming out in November, and then
fucking hard.
In
hard.
yeah,
a vibe.
It is
vibe.
a super
fucking
vibe. Yeah.
DMT and fucking mushroom
and
vibe.
Then in December I want to drop. It's going to be genre bending, basically. So I'm calling the album Style Bender, and it's gonna be part 1 air. So
okay.
That one will have the one that we're going to be also having to write to with that Fonks beat.
Okay.
And that's the slow progression of now switching every song's 2 genres blended together for pretty much all next year.
Big bet. All right, man. This is the final question, the legendary question. The podcast is called The Vision Podcast. What is Mixedbyblitz vision, yo? What do you have in vision for yourself, for your brand, for your brothers, for your family, for the people around you, and the people you work with? What is your vision?
Man, all right. This sounds weird, but...
Nothing's weird, brother. Manifest that shit.
I want to have a compound.
Yes.
I want to get enough money one day to where I have my own compound, where my family's over here in houses. I have guest houses over here that homies can come and stay at. I want to have an entire studio room that's just performance. You know, like I want to build out my own compound. I want to have one huge, gigantic studio, have all the equipment I ever need. I have it all written down too. I have pictures, screenshots of everything, all the equipment I want. But, and it sounds weird, but I want this to be like, I want to become one of the top engineers, like a Rick Rubin, where I'm exclusive to work with now. It gets hard to work with me. I'm living like, we're all living in Switzerland and at the top of a mountain on this gigantic compound.
Yeah.
Where literally we don't have to worry about nobody else in life.
Post it up.
We're making music all damn day. We fly to America for a couple weeks. You see what I'm saying?
Sir.
Like, I want it to be where like we're stacking away everything. The money's coming in, but we're in a place where it's so beautiful to record at. I'm so exclusive that you have to book a week to come fly out here and to come work with me. You see what I'm saying? Like that's what I want, is to get to a point where I'm booked four times a month in the sense of one artist a week, and it's kind of hard to get to me. You see what I'm saying? And you're booking me for an entire week, and I might only book you for that 1 week. You know, like I might only be booked for 1 week.
Yeah.
But I want it to be like an experience. Yo, I already got the guest house. You're staying in your own house when you come out here to come visit and stuff. You see what I'm saying?
That's
like
hard.
Own house, own stuff. Studios over here. All the stuff.
All right, y'all. We're back. Motherfucking camera overheated. As y'all know, this is the last episode of the season, so let's knock this bitch out. All right, brother.
Yes, basically that's my vision. I just want to have a gigantic estate where my family's there, all my homies are there. Clients are flying in. I got the studio there. To be real with you, I want to be able to do a Mac Miller style thing where I'm hitting golf balls off of my roof and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I want a big ass estate. So yeah, that's my ultimate vision, is just, and the studio idea that I'm going to build is when I get there, it's going to be
nuts.
The best studio ever.
Yeah.
I want it to feel like you're in another world when you get there.
Out of this world.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
All right, y'all.
The whole experience.
It's been a fucking great episode, a great season. This is the last episode of the season, season 1 in the motherfucking bag. Blitz, thank you, my brother, for hopping on the platform.
Yes.
We got a lot more shit coming, y'all. We got upgrading equipment, no more overheating, all that shit in season 2. I love y'all. Thank y'all for the support. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all season 2. Let's go.